Hey, what's up guys? Shuckle King here, bringing you my round of 16 match NTP SummerSlam. And this week we are facing off against Foxeter, who won his round 1 game, so it should be a good one. He has a crazy offensive team, so hopefully we'll be able to handle it. But before we get into this, if you consider giving a like, greatly appreciate it, and maybe giving a sub, that would be awesome. So yeah, he has a lot of really strong offense on his team, and then just has a general bulky pivot and Vaporeon, which is nice. It sets up Wishes, sets up Heal Bells, can Toxic, can Skull Bird. It's a pretty nice pivot for his team, which otherwise is pretty offensive. Marini, I guess, is also a pivot, but not nearly as good. That's really only situational, maybe for Toxic Spikes or something. Not that Toxic Spikes are that bad for his team anyway. So probably the most threatening thing is the Rotom Frost, because my electric resists are Slow King and Melodic, which Melodic gets hit by a Thunderbolt. Slow King has to worry about Trick. I could see it being if it's Boots or Scarf. That's something I want to figure out basically as soon as possible. I think it's only going to be one of those two. If it's Scarf, then it could be Trick and then neuter my Slow King. If it's and would also have speed to Tornadus. If the Rotom is Boots, it's a little bit easier to handle because my Tornadus would add speed, and like my Hydreigon, if I'm not Scarfed, would add speed, and same with the Landorus. But it's going to be able to switch up moves on my Steelix. So that's the downside there. I can't like force it to always go for Blizzards. So, and it could also be a little bit anyway with Boots. Banded Zarude, like the first matchup, was annoying, so it's going to be annoying here again. Don't really see that set not coming. Lele, it's kind of a weird thing because I do have Steelix plus Hydreigon plus to an extent Slow King and even Melodic, Torn. Can all like kind of handle Lele, but it's strong. Like I'm really prepping for it to make sure I don't lose to it. Probably Scarf, I imagine. Weakness Policy Metagross, because it could be Colbur Berry. But I think Weakness Policy Metagross comes, and that's going to be very annoying if it gets to +2. Speed with the Weakness Policy boost, because then it would outspeed my Hydreigon. I imagine he's going to bring a Jolly Metagross. If I find out also if he's like doing damage that's like for Band and or for Jolly Metagross opposed to Adamant, then I know it's going to be a Weakness Policy with speed boost. With a speed boosting nature to outspeed Hydreigon. Vaporeon, just a general bulky pivot. I expect those 5 to come, and then probably Salamence or Landorus in the last slot, maybe as like a bulky pivot, because Earthquake doesn't hit my team a lot with Landorus, so maybe a Salamence comes over it. But I think Lando isn't that bad. If it gets like Swords Dances up, it can be pretty annoying to my team. Like Swords Dance with Stone Edge can hit my team. Marini don't really see coming, especially because I have Galar Slow King. So first Pokemon I have is... It's a really weird set, and if this set doesn't work, I feel like the other 5 members could still win the game anyway, but I'm going to try to go for this set. Maybe Nasty Fly would have been better here, but I want to try some fun sets in this tour. So this is Rest Chest, though. Berry Tornadus. The goal is to set up bulk ups. I could set up on like the Metagross, the Salamence, the Zarude somewhat. Zarude has a Darkest Lariat, so that's going to ignore my defense boost, but I still take 2 hits, I think. Probably not 2 banded hits, but Acrobatics should obviously figure it out. And Knockoff should remove any bandit it has. So bulk up, rest. So once I get enough defense boost, I rest up, and then hopefully do a lot of damage with Acrobatics. The special defense allows me to live a Vaporeon Ice Beam into a Tapu Lele Psychic. A Scarf Psychic. That would be the goal of this. It kind of seems niche, and the Vaporeon would have to be low enough to where I am able to kill with an Acrobatic, so if I go for Rest, I wake up, and then the Vaporeon goes for Ice Beam, does damage, and I kill with Acrobatics. Then the Lele comes in, and then I live a Psychic, and then kill with Acrobatics. Would be the goal of this set. We'll see if it works. And Knockoff removes items, which is just good in and of itself. Next Pokemon is the Steelix. Max Special Defensive, taking on that Tapu Lele. Could I Focus Blast? Sure, but this is the best bet. And if I know it's Scarf that I could protect, see what it's locked into and switch out. If I know it's not Scarf, then I just hope and pray that I switch on the right monster at the right times. Stealth Rocks, if it is Scarfed Rotom, then I'll be chipping it down by 25% every time, which is definitely great, and as well as just giving general chip throughout the team. Earthquake to do decent damage to the Metagross. I do expect it to be weakness policy, but I do want a way to actually hit it, or like revenge kill it, and heavy slam to hit the Rotom Frost. I would live like a +2 Metagross Earthquake if I'm like pretty healthy. If I'm weakened though, I wouldn't be able to. So that's just, I have to watch out for the Metagross. Next is Hydreigon. Choice Scarf. I will outspeed a Lele, not outspeed a +2 speed Metagross. I don't outspeed like a Scarf Lando I either. Oh, and Tornadus. With the speed, it doesn't outspeed max speed Zarude, which could be a little bit annoying. I do have to watch out for that. But I needed the bulk in order to live the benchmark that I said before. Hydreigon should outspeed everything unless it's like a Scarf Salamence or a Scarfed Zarude, which I don't expect. Maybe a Scarf Landers could come for like U-turns, but I think like Sword Stance Stone Edge is better. Draco Meteor kills the Salamence, especially if I guess Dragon Dance would also be annoying because it would outspeed Hydreigon, but I have ways for Dragon Dance Salamence, being like Landorus and Steelix. Dark Pulse to do decent damage to the Lele, U-turn to outspeed the Zarude and do like 60-ish% to it, and Fire Blast can also do a lot of damage to the Zarude and also hit the Metagross, and also hits the Rotom Frost. Don't do a lot of damage to the Vaporeon, unfortunately. Galar Slowking can also hopefully do some damage to Vaporeon. If it's special defensive Vaporeon, then it could definitely be pretty annoying for this build, but I don't think Vaporeon's going to be able to do a whole lot, and it needs a lot of moves to do a lot of damage. I don't think Vaporeon can really beat me, but Expanding Force is cool because Slowking gets this move, and there's Psychic Terrain, so hopefully I'm able to surprise and do a big chunk of damage on something. Sludge Bomb will hit the Zarude, get some poisons maybe on the Vaporeon, and hit the Lele, obviously. Future Sight, especially if I'm Psychic Terrain, that's going to hit super hard, unless it's the Zarude. And Zarude can't really comfortably switch in on the Slowking because I could Sludge Bomb it. Foul Play does a lot of damage to Salamence. I live in Earthquake. I don't remember if I live a +1 boosted Earthquake. Yeah, I'm not sure. I also live like a Jolly Darkest Lariat from the Zarude if it's not banded, but it is, so that's not going to really matter. I also have like an Adamant Earthquake from Metagross. Just things to note there. Foul Play will hit the Metagross for like 60%, but again, I do have to watch out if it sets up an Agility. So that is the Slowking there, and the rest in Spadef. This will live a 2 Spec Psychics, and will also live a Spec Psyshock. Obviously, if it's Scarf, then I live even more hits, but they're the baselines there for this spread. And the rest in Special Attack. Next is Landorus. It doesn't have Earthquake. It would hit the Lele for okay, but Lele is going to outspeed me. Doesn't hit the Salamence. It hits the Metagross, but Knockoff will hit the Metagross anyway. It hits the Vaporeon, but I'm probably going to either Toxic or not stay in with Landorus anyway. It doesn't hit the Zarude, or the Landorus, or the Rotom, and I'm not expecting the Marini to come. So U-turn for momentum, Knockoff to remove items, Toxic on like a predicted switch would be great, and then Defog if I guess in a very off chance the Marini comes and gets Toxic Spike stuff, that can remove them. Also from Rocks Metagross if that's a bring. The spread there is a little bit all over the place. This will outspeed Metagross. The speed set that I expected to come, which is enough speed to outspeed Choice Scarf Max Speed Hydreigon. This will outspeed that. Spadef will allow me to live 1 Psychic from Specs Lele, and then I can go for a Knockoff, and the rest in Physical Bulk. And the last Pokemon is Melodic. Interesting set here. Subtoxic, Recover, Ice Beam. No Scald on this set. Scald would be also nice for Metagross, but I don't want to give HP to Vaporeon. I could substitute on a Vaporeon. Like, this is... I'm probably not switching Melodic in on hard on Vaporeon unless I know it doesn't have Toxic. Even a Scald Burn would be annoying, but I could substitute a Melodic as it goes for a Toxic, and I can give my Toxic to it on it of my own. The Vaporeon have to be like Scald to eventually break my sub, Toxic, Wish, and like Heal Bell, and then it wouldn't be Protect. I feel like that would be a strange combination there, and it also wouldn't have Flip Turn. So Vaporeon needs a lot of moves to beat this Melodic, and I really can't beat the Melodic. I could PP stall it out anyway between Substitute and Ice Beam and Recover Toxic. They have enough PP where I should be able to out the Vaporeon. Recover for longevity, Ice Beam. This monk can also sit in front of a Metagross if it doesn't have the weakness policy boost up, and I can just slowly beat it with Ice Beam plus recovers even substitutes to an extent. Thunder Punch probably does okay damage, but definitely not for it to a KO, so I should be okay. But yeah, that's my team. Let's get right into the game. Alright, here we are for the battle against Foxitter. We're going to lead with Steelix and get rocks up early on. No Landorus, which I will definitely take. So, good luck, have fun, and hopefully this will all work out for me. I've just been a little busy, so hopefully I remember this team. It's been a while since I prepped for this game, but I think we should be in okay position. So, Nokia. Rotom's going to lead. I am fine with this. I'm going to get rocks up turn 1. Could set up a nasty plug, could blizzard, willow. Rocks up right here should be pretty okay, especially if I find out if it's like scarf or something. So let's see, Rotom Frost. Level 50 should be doing 50% max with blizzard. This would weaken a potential check to Lele, but he's going to switch out anyway, so I do get rocks up. Cool. Could Scald here. Don't think you go for Toxic. You might go for Toxic. I think my switch into Slowking seems pretty safe, and then we can go from there. Yeah, because I don't want to get Toxic. Flip Turn could come out here, but that would be okay. He would gain momentum, but at least I have rocks up. Vaporeon Flip Turns, yeah. Gonna do nothing. Flip Turn should have been doing 25 to 30. That's probably about that much. I didn't actually see the specific number. Zarude is out. Okay. Yeah, so not gonna stay in with this. Darkest Lariat could come out. Landorus seems like a pretty decent answer. Torn could be as well, but I don't want to really use Torn in that type of role yet, so I'm gonna go into Lando and just U-turn and try to get some initiative, see what type of set this is. To Landorus, Intimidate up. Darkest Lariat, we'll see if this is banded. 196, that looks banded. 196 to 118 is 78 damage. Yeah, that's choice banded. Yeah, it's like a mid-roll banded. Could it be adamant banded? It could be. So Jolly or adamant banded Zarude. That's good to know. I'm kind of borderline be able to take 2 hits in the future. What would his switch-ins be? I guess Vaporeon. So I think I'm fine to U-turn out here. And I think I'm gonna go into my Vaporeon. So yeah, okay. Salamence comes out. Interesting. And it's Boots. Okay, Intimidate. Boots, Salamence. I'm doing 5%, so not much. Can I get any information with that? Level 50 and Intimidate. Yeah, so it's max physical defensive. Or just about. Slowking seems like a pretty free play here. And I can fire off a Expanding Force. This could Earthquake, or not Expanding Force, a Future Sight. This could Earthquake, but I should be able to chew that pretty okay. Especially because it doesn't look like it's adamant. X Factor. Okay, Metagross comes out. Takes rocks. We'll see if this is leftovers or not. Metagross, level 50. Earthquake is doing a lot of damage, and Foul Play doesn't do enough. So I'm going to switch out, and I think I'm going to go into Steelix. Earthquake could come out. I don't think Ice Punch comes out here. But Earthquake is probably going to do it a little bit to Metagross, or to Steelix. It's not going to a KO. And it could be an agility set, weakness policy. I do want to watch out for that. Earthquake, yep. 40 to 47. That's a lot. 182 to 78. That's a crit. Okay. 182 to 78 is 104 damage. So it looks like it's Jolly Metagross. So that's going to be a little bit annoying. Okay, but he's going to switch out. That's fine. I'll get a little bit of chip damage on this Vaporeon with the Future Sight. %or so. Let's see. Vaporeon. It looks like it's a little bit more special defensive, I think. I will protect here. Really, no reason not to. If he goes for a Wish, it doesn't matter. Okay, that's fine. And we'll flip turn out, so he'll be able to get a little bit of momentum into whatever he wants to bring out, but I'm gaining a little bit more information about this. I will go into Slowking. Really, no reason not to. Now, let's see. I think my Landorus will not take 2s of root hits, so that will be a little bit annoying. Borderline. Oh, okay, it just stays in. I'm fine with that. I think Foul Play seems like a pretty decent play if the Metagross comes in. If it's weakness policy, then that's going to be pretty bad. But I want to start dealing a little bit more damage to the team. So let's see. And if it's not, that would be awesome. But I have a feeling that it's probably going to be some type of weakness policy Metagross set. That maybe this wasn't the right play. I know it's Jolly though. And it's definitely taking some damage. Weakness policy pops. So either go for an Earthquake here. Does anything on my team live a +2 hit? I don't remember. Steelix is getting low, but I think I might have to sack something. Melodic's not going to do a lot in return. Landorus isn't doing a lot. Steelix. Hydreigon does not take a +2 hit. It does not take a +2 hit. Okay. Tornadus. So I am going to sack this off. If he goes for a Rock Polish, then I'm fine. Okay, he does. Cool. So I gotta kill this Metagross. Yeah, because I would have lost the game otherwise. So, crisis averted. The Metagross is dead, and I am in great positioning because that was like maybe the biggest threat to this team was weakness policy Metagross like destroying me. So, yeah, I mean, if I switched out and he went for agility, he probably wins the game because he's Jolly. So he would have outspeed my Hydreigon. I would have outspeed Adamant Metagross with my Hydreigon. So Rude comes out. And I have negative switch-ins to this. But I will go into my Landorus here. I should be fine. So, Metagross out of the way. Cool. Maybe I can find out this is Adamant or Jolly. Not that it makes too much of a difference. I'm 130 down to 51. 130. That's 79 damage. Choice banded. 79 damage. It might have been the same roll as before. Can't tell if it's admin or jolly. -1 dark move. I can go into Hydreigon, fine, and then I can U-turn and gain more momentum this way. So he's staying in, obviously, because he's going for another attack. It's still gonna do like 25%, so definitely not nothing. But I will be able to U-turn out of here. U-turn won't kill. It'll do like 50 to 60-ish, but I figure you're gonna switch out because this is like a pretty decent answer to my team. Now I can go into my melodic here. Or I can go into Slowking and fire off a Sludge Bomb. He really doesn't have a switch into that, but he also doesn't have a great switch in to this melodic set that I have. So I'm gonna pull it off here. There's no way he's gonna outspeed me. I have a little bit of speed creep on this, I'm pretty sure. I have 28 speed creep, so like you would either run a crap ton of speed to outspeed. So should be in okay position. Worst case is like he switches out to Rotom, I guess, and like can Volt Switch. But I'll still get a Toxic off on something unless I miss, which can definitely happen. You guys know my luck. Now my luck is, it's normal. It's like everyone else's. I can't complain about that, but I'm gonna sub up here. Might fire off a Wish. Okay, flip turn, cool. Not gonna break my sub, obviously. Zarude might come in and U-turn. Salamence might come in, but Ice Beam is gonna hurt it. You can't really go in Salamence here. You could go in Lele, and I can get a Toxic off. Nokia. Rotom Frost comes out. That makes sense. Okay, and he's probably Scarfed, so that's good information to have. I could sub here, but I think going for a Toxic is the best play. Because I'm gonna hit something with it. Okay, Thunderbolt comes out. I'm gonna miss. Okay. I told you. That sounds about right. Now I think I'm fine to go into Landorus here. If I can get some leftovers recovery if he's Scarfed, because I think there's no way he's not Scarfed. Like, if he's not Boots, then he has to be Scarfed. So if Zarude can come out here, I'm still going to give it an Intimidate. So it's not the worst. Because, yeah, the Rotom should be faster than me, especially because we saw it outsped before. So Lele is coming out, another threat. But I am getting some rocks up, so I am doing some damage to the team. And this will be the moment of truth to figure out what set this Lele is. Get a little bit of leftovers recovery. I might be at a range of one Darkest Lariat. Would still die to a Power Whip, but yeah, I think I still don't take a Darkest Lariat. What is least useful? Probably Slowking is nice still. I live one hit. Psyshock does pretty decent damage though. Shadow Ball would do decent damage. Psychic doesn't do a lot. I'm gonna go into Slowking. I think Psyshock seems a little bit less likely. So let's find out this damage. Is it Specs? Is it Scarf? Calm Mind? Even if it's Calm Mind, I could Sludge Bomb it. Okay, Psyshock is gonna do a decent amount. 71 to 84. 202 down to 75. Is 127. So not Specs. Is it Modest? It's not Modest either. So it's Psychic boosting. Psychic boosting item. Probably goes for a Psyshock or a Shadow Ball here. Not going to go for a Moonblast, so I'm going to go into Hydreigon. If he does go for Moonblast, that'd be unfortunate, but I don't think there's any reason why he would make that play. Psyshock. Alright, cool. We do add speed, so I'm going to U-turn. And now I know he is not Choice Lock, because the max roll from Modest Scarf was 126. So he did 127 damage. So I know that it can't be a Modest Scarf. So I also know this Lele is not Scarf, Rotom is Scarf. So I'm definitely figuring out this team a little bit more. Which is definitely good. Would have been nice to have that Rotom Toxic, so that way he's not going to be able to make 4 switch-ins, but okay, he's going to switch out probably to Vaporeon. That's fine. I make a U-turn and I go into, I like that damage, like 20%. Actually, I'm going to go into Landorus, so that way I can live 1 hit and then 1 hit from the Zarude if I have to, get a little bit of leftovers recovery, and then I can go into Slowking. I'll recover some HP on this too, using this Vaporeon as HP recovery, so definitely appreciate all that this Vaporeon has been giving me. So, still 6-5, still, I only have 5 minutes left as opposed to his 6, but definitely weakening down the team. Wish for Protect, whatever. So Protect, Wish, Gold, Flip Turn. No Toxic on this, so that's good to know. And I'm just getting more leftovers recovery, so I'm also fine with this. But I'm going to U-turn into Slowking. Yeah, he doesn't really have great answers to this. Slowking, Vaporeon. It's special defensive, so like it's not taking a lot of damage. And I can also just switch out of my Melodic. Like I don't really care about this Vaporeon whatsoever. Let's see if he's gonna Flip Turn. Wish. Okay, cool. So you really don't have a switch into Sludge Bomb. Like Salamence is a switch in. The Rotom's not a switch in because you don't know how much my spread is. So yeah, Sludge Bomb is pretty free. If I can get a Poison on this Vaporeon, I would also take it. And I could Future Sight here, but I don't want him getting in Zarude for free. So I think continuously Sludge Bombing seems like a fine play. Again, not doing a whole lot of damage, and maybe getting a Poison with Melodic would be better at this point. It's definitely a consideration I could make, but he could be Flip Turning here, and I don't want him to gain any of that momentum. Yeah, so Flip Turn comes out, something's going to have to take a pretty sizable hit from this Slowking Sludge Bomb. I'm guessing Salamence. That's probably the only thing that can take a hit. Like, max HP is taking, like, 33 to 40%, so I would definitely take that damage. Earthquake would do like 50% to 50 to 60. Actually, that's a pretty decent amount. I don't think I would stay in. Probably go into a Melodic. I can Ice Beam and I can Toxic. He might Toxic me back. Let's see. Has to be the Salamence, yeah. So he is at 5%. I should be doing 33 to 40%. So we'll be a little bit above 50%. Yeah, and we get a Poison. That's pretty cool. We'll get this Wish back up. Oh, he just Slip Terms. That's right. He didn't even Wish. I'm gonna go into my... We'll go into the Melodic, seeing if he's gonna go for an Earthquake. And then I can switch back into Slowking, predicting a Toxic, and just rack up this damage on the Salamence. See. Okay, Defox. I imagine he's probably going to go for a toxic now. I probably should have considered that as a potential play. You can't really go into Zarude. You could go into Zarude, actually. But I'm going to go into Steelix and get rocks up. You could go into Zarude because it could be jungle healing. That would be a little bit annoying. And I do need that Rotom dead in order for my Tornadus to sweep. So I'm going to be able to get in the Steelix. You can't Volt Switch here. You can go for a Blizzard. You can go for a Trick as well, I suppose. Protect might be a safer play. Let's go for a safer play. Yeah, let's just go for Protect. Well, Rocks was probably to play, because if he tricks my Steelix, like, that's not the end of the world. Because then my Torn would be in an even better position. Might set up a Wish here. I also have to make sure I definitely keep this timer. Flip Turn could come out. I'm going to go into Slowking, though. Seems like a pretty safe play, and nothing really wants to take a Sludge Bomb. I mean, besides Vaporeon. Even the Mence is weakened. It's like a 30-ish, 40%. Okay, yeah, Wish comes out. Yeah, but what are you going to bring in? You can't bring in anything, really. Probably to Rotom, actually. But if I get a Poison on that, that would be awesome, too. I don't care if the Rotom comes out. Rotom will take less than... Especially because Rocks aren't up, so 75%. Slowking's not that good. Rotom Frost, level 50. It's doing like 44 to 52. So let's see. Nokia. Okay, yeah, the Rotom's coming out. And I'm going to go into my Steelix here. Yep, Wish is back up to full. I did like 50% to him though, so we'll go into Steelix here. If he tricks, that's not the end of the world. I imagine you probably Volt Switch though. You could also double. Double would be fine, probably in a Vaporeon. Brought to you by water. I've just been running around and such, so getting them back here and good at the Metagross threat is done, so no Volt Switch for you. Perfect. You could Willow, you could Blizzard, like bluff that you're not Scarf, but if I know that you're not Scarf, then that is also a pretty valuable information to have. And add a Steelix is like in range where I can pretty comfortably take on Lele to an extent. Like Focus Blast is still hurting a lot. Okay, now I get Rocks up. I will go back into Slowking. So you could set up a Wish, but again, you're not going to really have a switch in. It's a Sludge Bomb. Like, again, the Rotom is a switch in. If I get a crit or if I get a Poison, that's pretty bad for the Rotom. So, yep, going back into Slowking. Yeah, this is a pretty interesting combination here. I haven't even brought out my best mon on my team, which is Torn, which is definitely kind of a weird set, but hopefully it can put in work. We'll see. Ideally, it doesn't need to. So it doesn't get a Wish up, but something is going to have to take Rocks damage. If Lele comes out, I will stay in. Zarude comes out. Okay. Zarude. Level 50. Dark. Oh, it's Choice Band. Does Steelix take 2 hits? Steelix might definitely takes 2 hits, but I think I prefer to get an Intimidate with the Landorus on it. And then I can go into Hydreigon, and then I can U-turn and should be in pretty decent position. It's definitely nice to have this Intimidate for the Zarude. Especially if I could try to set up a Torn, but I can't set up a Torn until the Rotom's dead. Okay, that did 70 damage. That was definitely less than before. I shouldn't be wasting a lot of time. That's probably Jolly. So, bringing in the Hydreigon. can't really do anything about that because I just U-turn on whatever comes in anyway. A crit would be pretty unfortunate, but I could take even a crit hit. But it's just jolly Zarude. And I will U-turn out. The Vaporeon could come out. But you don't have a whole lot of switch-ins into this Slowking. It's definitely pretty annoying for him. So yep, just going right back into the Slowking. If I can get a poison on this, that would be great. Slowking comes out. It might be a little bit of a boring battle, but there's really no reason for me to make any other play. Like, I have the momentum on my side for sure. You could protect here to maybe, yeah, I've only used 3 Sludge Bombs, but the fact that, like, Sludge Bomb is, like, so problematic for him is pretty great. So you're setting up a Wish. You could get an Rotom, I suppose. But again, poisons are definitely a thing. Doing 30%, that's a crit, yeah. That makes sense. I got a poison. Okay, that's pretty bad on his part. I can go for... There's no way he's bringing in Zarude here. I can go for a Future Sight. Let's go for Future Sight. I'll make a play. I don't really need to make the play, but yeah, no, I'm fine with this. Yeah, Future Sight is definitely going to hurt something. Probably won't be able to bring in the Rotom. I probably get a kill, honestly, because I just spam Sludge Bombs. Though a crit was only doing 30%, it's not a lot. This Vaporeon could just sit in here and just be annoying, honestly. That's probably the best play. But I don't think you'll be able to stall out my Sludge Bombs, plus Expanding Forces, plus any potential Future Sights. Like, it's just not that viable. I think you only have... Yeah, you might be able to. Let's see. Okay, yeah, that's another crit. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, but definitely getting this weakened. But I guess I don't have a ton of things to kill this either, especially because I didn't get a Toxic with my Melodic on this yet. So Protect could come out. But I'm doing a pretty decent damage, especially because the Future Sight will be hitting. Yep, so like 20-ish%. Now we'll see if he makes a play here. It could definitely be a play to go for a Flip Turn here, protecting him to go for a Future Sight. But I think I'm gonna just Sludge Bomb again. I maybe should have counted Wishes, but I don't think it's really that needed. And if he stays in Wishes here, I can make that play later on or something. Okay, he is gonna Flip Turn. Cool. So you either go into Rotom, because you do take the hit. You might not take it after a poison if I do get the poison, but I guess if you're making this play, you probably go Lele or Zarude, predicting him to go for Future Sight. Probably going into Zarude to try to get some momentum, because he needs to figure out something in this. He's going to go into Ment. Okay, so that's going to die. I guess also not a terrible play, because he's able to get in the Zarude, which claims a kill. Okay, so the Salamence is dead. Not that. That was the least worrying thing on the team, so that was definitely a good play on his part. This Slowking's definitely going to be annoying. The Zarude comes back out. It's going to take some Rocks Chip. And I'm going to go into my Landorus and sack it off. You did your job, Landorus. You got Intimidates off on this. And now at this point I can go Hydreigon and U-turn. I don't want to go into my Torn yet because I don't beat the Rotom yet. Though I obviously pressure the I obviously pressure it to go for I guess a T-Bolt, and then I can go into Steelix. I could go for Blizzard, honestly, like Scarf Blizzard, but that seems pretty risky. So going for U-turn, I should kill. At this point, it does 53 to 64. Now, if he has some bulk, he would live, but I don't think you can afford to run a lot of bulk on this, because you probably want to outspeed Hydreigon, unless you're really, really expecting me to be Scarf Hydreigon, then you could run a little bit extra bulk, but I don't think you can run a whole lot. I'm guessing the Vaporeon probably comes out here. Yeah, that's definitely good damage. I'm gonna go into the Slowking. And I can probably go for a Sludge Bomb. Yeah, so he probably lives Protect. Like, you can set up a Wish here and probably live this following hit. It's going to be pretty close, even after Poison. I'm pretty sure he lives this hit, unless I get another crit with Sludge Bomb, which I don't know how impactful they were. I mean, it brings to this point where the Sludge Bomb might have a chance to kill, but he's at like 10%. I don't think it's going to kill. I'm fine going for the Future Sight play here. Okay, he is going to make the switch. Is he going to go into Zarude? That'd be a cool play. Going into Rotom. Okay. So this might have Defog. So you're not taking any damage. Congrats, Rotom. This might have Defog. But I'm going to go into Steelix because I can just set up rocks again, and even if the Vaporeon gets a free switch and it dies to Poison anyway. So yeah, should be an okay position. You might trick here. Okay, you're going to Volt Switch, and you cannot do so. Yeah, I'm definitely liking the position I'm in right now. I will go for a Heavy Slam. My Landorus is dead, so I guess I should take that off the image here. Did your job. Okay. I guess the Steelix gets the credit for the killing of Vaporeons. I'll definitely take it, even though my what's it called? The Slowking did so much work. Now, probably the Tapu Lele is coming in. Focus Blast, level 50, does 154 if he's timid. Modest, 168. So I'm gonna go for Heavy Slam here. You might be able to set up a Calm Mind. He might go for Focus Blast. Focus Blast should not kill me. And he misses anyway, so that's pretty unfortunate there. But I'm pretty sure he was Psychic Boosting item. So I should have lived that hit anyway. So the Vaporeon is dead. It's unfortunate that he missed, of course. But I don't think it was that relevant. So Zarude probably comes out. I mean, I don't think he wins this game at this point. Let's see what he goes for. Go for Protect and go for there. Yeah, I got like 3 minutes. I got plenty of time. I wasn't really worried about the time. I definitely figured out this crappy timer at this point how to best utilize it. So 2 longer games, which maybe I kind of expected with the team that I have. So Choice Banded Close Combat. Close Combat. Choice Banded. It does nothing, and I probably kill with Heavy Slam anyway. Yeah, I'll just stay in and Heavy Slam with this. I don't think I really lose a whole lot out of it. Okay, you're going to go into the Rotom anyway. Maybe predicting me to go into Torn, so that's definitely a valid play, but I didn't really need to at this point. Rotom Frost. It's taking like 50%, yep. Go for Protect. Let's see what he's going to go for. Maybe a Trick. Maybe a Scarf Pain Split or something. That seems kind of unlikely, but I suppose it could be a thing. Blizzard, okay. What do I want to go into? I think I'm fine staying in and just going for a heavy slam. The only bad thing would be like a freeze. And he's switching out anyway. Okay, so I think we have this. Zarude, level 50. I think that that Rotom might be able to live one hit. It looked like it was like borderline HP. Yep, we do kill, and we're gonna kill the Rotom. So good game, Foxeter. Definitely that Lele miss there at the end was definitely unfortunate. The 2 crits I got with the Slowking brought the Vaporeon basically in range of like being kind of death fodder. If you look at it in like a far sense, I probably did an extra 15-20% more to it. It still would have been tough for it to really do much unless you just continuously stalled it out. But we will take this 5-0 win. Unfortunately, didn't showcase the Torn set, but I think I just showcased how good Galar Slowking is, honestly. Like, especially once I was able to get that read on the Metagross, like, his team had nothing for them on. Like, Vaporeon could have stayed in, and maybe Timer Stalling was the best option at that point, but I'm happy he didn't go that route. It would have been a boring watch, but yeah. Anyway, we're on to the round of 8, so yeah, until next time. Later, guys.